Ladies and gentlemen, Kishimoto has done it once again. He's given us yet another banger of a chapter with chapter 13 of Two Blue Vortex. Boruto's arrested, Kashin Koji is basically Doctor Strange, and this very line could end up being one of the greatest examples of foreshadowing ever. And guys, this is only scratching the surface of what this chapter gave us, so let's talk about it. We start things off with Boruto narrowly escaping the wrath of Jura due to this new and mysterious soul thorn thing. We'll definitely learn more about that as the story goes on, because here Boruto says it'll help him free Sasuke. And I'm pretty sure it was used to make a new Shinju, so be on the lookout for that, but for now let's get back to Jura. Right here, he delivers one of the coldest lines I've heard in a minute. I mean, divine intervention, the heavens themselves wish for you to stay alive. I mean, this is amazing. But it's even crazier when you consider the fact that Jura is supposed to kill Boruto, according to Sorcerer Supreme Kashin Koji. We'll talk more about that part when we get there. So anyways, after Boruto, I guess, passes out, we get another flashback to those 3 years in between part 1 and 2. And I think it's really great that we're seeing more of what happened during this time skip, because there's potential for so many cool stories to take place here. And this flashback in specific is one of the coolest potential ones, because here's where we see the start of Boruto x Kashin Koji. Koji basically saves Boruto from 20 pursuers and brings him into an abandoned Orochimaru hideout, which I gotta say is a great way of tying Orochimaru into things, even if he isn't directly involved. So that's really cool, but these next few pages are where things really spice up. We find out that Kashin Koji knew about the whole switch thing between Boruto and Kawaki, and it wasn't because he was unaffected by Ada's Shinjutsu. The real reason he knew about the switch is because he looked into the future. But he didn't only look into the future, he looked into a multiverse of different futures and determined the infamous switch to be a highly probable outcome for this timeline. I mean, wow. I've read the chapter like twice now, I'm still trying to digest that. I mean, if you were to tell me a few weeks ago that the Naruto universe would introduce timelines, future sight, multiversal plots, I would probably say you're crazy. I mean, that's something out of a ridiculous fan theory, but here we are. On the brink of death in the Ishiki fight, Kashin Koji secretly awakened Shinjutsu, and he was able to look into the future. Now, he saw a plethora of things, but initially, he saw that if he died here, Ishiki would have went on to destroy the entire world. So that's why he escaped instead of accepting his death. But it doesn't stop there. We learn that countless different possibilities of the future constantly branch out, and certain futures are destroyed in favors of the ones that actually end up playing out. And to support this, Koji gives us 2 insane examples of alternate futures that didn't play out. Like right here, we see one where Ishiki gets Kawaki's body and kills Naruto, which then led to the destruction of the world, and that alternative possibility was probably supposed to happen, meaning that Naruto might have literally defied fate here. Another possibility he showed us that didn't play out was Boruto and Sarada dying at the hands of Kawaki. Crazy stuff. But on a more positive note, Kashin Koji can use all of these alternate futures where Boruto learns new jutsu, and he can teach it to the current Boruto. So now we know how Boruto became so strong so quickly. So basically, Boruto right now is the culmination of countless different futures molded into one. So basically, we're seeing the ultimate Boruto right here. Obviously, he still has room to grow, but I mean, this is incredible. But maybe the craziest part of all of this is that out of all of the different possibilities, Koji says the future that's playing out right now is the worst one. Basically, the worst possible future goes like this. After escaping from Code's control, a humanoid Shinju named Jura will lead a group of Shinju, and he will eventually kill Boruto. I mean, guys, this is quite literally what's been happening throughout all of Two Blue Vortex. Code lost control of the Ten Tails in the first few chapters, the Shinju formed, Jura became their leader, and the final step for this future is for Jura to kill Boruto. So to come out on top, Boruto is going to have to defy fate itself. But on top of that, we learn that most of the other possible futures all involve Kawaki getting devoured and the world being destroyed. But through the midst of all of this pretty terrible news, our protagonist vows to save Kawaki and restore the Uzumaki family once again, which would ultimately save the world. I mean, guys, this is pure cinema. This story is just unfolding in such an amazing way. Kishimoto is cooking. But then, at the very end of the chapter, we get one last little cliffhanger. Now, I may be interpreting this wrong, but from what I can see, a new Shinju is being formed here, and who knows who it'll be. I mean, after what I've seen here in this chapter, I think the possibilities are quite literally endless. But one final thing I do want to go over. Look at this right here. Was this the only possible outcome? With everything we've learned from chapter 13, this line now seems like some of the craziest foreshadowing we've ever seen. I mean, Boruto came out in 2017, and 7 years later, this line could potentially be paying off right now. But guys, that's the chapter. Please let me know what you think about this chapter. What do you think about Two Blue Vortex as a whole? Do you have any early predictions for chapter 14? I mean, it's only going to get even better. It's only going to get even crazier. So let me know all of your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.